Okay, so guys, let's just check if we are live. Yeah, I hope you can hear me. Let me just check the sound. Okay, it's fine now. Alright, so hi, hello, good noon everyone. A very happy Sunday and welcome to the Unacademy's session at YouTube. This session is for grade 9 ICSE, in which we are going to cover the very important and one of the very easy topic, atmospheric pollution, right? So in this topic today we are going to have in-depth study about one of the important topic of atmospheric pollution, which is global warming. Okay, so global warming and greenhouse effect we are going to discuss in detail in this class. So if you want to know anything about atmospheric pollution and especially global warming, sit, take your notes, and let's get started. About me, I am Ritika, your chemistry educator. I have completed my engineering in electronics and communication and have been awarded grade A by Cambridge English ESOL. Now, students, before joining, a very important thing for all of you, if you require any help in the homework, in the class notes, you can join the Telegram channel. Okay, so the links are provided here. You can join, and also to stay updated with all the offers going at Unacademy, you can join the official channel. Okay, the link again, it is provided to you in the description box. So let's quickly get started with the global warming. A basic introduction. Now, students, if I talk about the main source of energy, okay, the main source of energy on the earth is, of course, the sun's light, the energy that we are receiving from the sun. Okay, now almost 75% of the energy that is received at the earth, it is absorbed by the surface. Okay, and this is what is responsible for increasing the temperature of the surface of the earth. Okay, now this heat, it is trapped by some of the gases which are known as greenhouse gases. Okay, so first of all we need to learn about greenhouse effect, and then we will be focusing on global warming. Okay, basically excessive greenhouse effect is what we know, what we call as the global warming. Okay, so let's get started with greenhouse effect. All right, now if I were to define greenhouse effect, it is just the trapping of that heat, okay, which we are receiving from the sun, and this heat, it is responsible for increasing the temperature, for keeping the earth warm, and this is done by the greenhouse gases. So how we can define it? It is heating of the earth surface due to, just a second, trapping of the solar radiations trapped by greenhouse gases. Okay, so you might be wondering that the sun, it is, it sets in the evening, and how at the night also the temperature is maintained. The main reason for that is because the heat is trapped by greenhouse gases. If there were not any greenhouse gases, no sunlight would have been trapped, and at the night the earth would have become barren and so cold that it would be very difficult for us to sustain. Okay, then there is this name given, greenhouse gases. Okay, the greenhouse effect actually. So what do we mean by, or why did we get this particular name? If anyone has got any idea, kindly do let me know. If I talk about the name, the special name which is given, greenhouse. So what basically greenhouse is, these are some of the structures in the colder regions. अभी colder region में क्या होता है? We know that uh, plants need a good amount of heat also, a good amount of warmth also to grow well, right? But in colder regions, this is not possible. So what happens? There are some glass structures which are formed, which are made, okay, and there the green plants are nurtured, and this structure, what does it do? It takes in the heat and it stops the heat from going out, from radiating out. Okay, so it stops it from escaping, and because of that warmth, the plants are able to grow. Okay, so what is this greenhouse? These are the glass structures designed for nurturing of green plants in colder regions. Okay, so that is the basic reason why the name has been especially given as the greenhouse gas. Okay, next is the different type of greenhouse gases and their sources. Now, how to define greenhouse gas? It is again very easy. The gases which are contributing to greenhouse effect. Okay, just a second. Yeah. So there are many examples such as methane, carbon dioxide, chlorofluorocarbons, the very famous one. Okay, various oxides of nitrogen, various oxides, etc. So these are some of the basic greenhouse gases, also water vapor, etc. Okay, now carbon dioxide, it contributes almost 50%. Methane, it contributes almost 14%. CFC, it is almost 17%. Okay, so these are just the basic data, which means that these are your important greenhouse gases, okay, which are major constituents. Okay, now let us talk about the sources. So we will be talking about the sources of some major greenhouse gases, and of course the first one is carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide, first of all, we know that whenever any fossil fuel is burned, okay, coal, the natural gas, petroleum, etc., we get carbon dioxide. Okay, so the first would be burning of fossil fuels. The second one, whenever the industrial processes are there, okay, they are manufacturing different things, what happens? Carbon dioxide is produced, okay, especially the calcium carbonate industries. Okay, just a second guys. Okay, sorry, it's my pet. Chalo, next is the industrial methods. Okay, after that we have biological decay of plants. Got it? So whenever this happens, carbon dioxide is released in the atmosphere. And the last and very common is respiration. Respiration by animals, plants, etc. Okay, so these are the four major sources which leads to the addition of carbon dioxide in the environment. Okay, next is water vapor. So the addition of water vapor, how does it happen? It happens first of all by burning of hydrocarbons. Whenever any hydrocarbon is burnt in oxygen, what do we get? We get carbon dioxide. So this becomes one more source of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere and water vapor. Got it? So this is the source of water vapor. Next is oxides of nitrogen. Okay, so how the oxides of nitrogen are present in the atmosphere? The combustion. Okay, whenever the fossil fuels, the combustion happens, the oxides of nitrogen are present. Also at the high temperature, okay, in the thunder and lightning, what happens? The nitrogen and oxygen from the atmosphere, they combine and they form various oxides of nitrogen. So this is again one of the major sources. The next major gas is methane. So methane is emitted by anaerobic decomposition of organic matter. Okay, so these are some of the major sources of greenhouse gases and how are they present in the atmosphere. Okay, now let us study about the mechanism. Okay, that how basically greenhouse effect is taking place or how is it functioning. Okay, so chalo. Now students, we know that the sun's light which is reaching the earth, it is having different type of radiations. Okay, so the sunlight, it consists of three type of radiations. Okay, and what are those? First of all, it is ultraviolet, the infrared, and visible radiations. Okay, so these are the basic three radiations that we are getting on the surface of the earth. Okay, now what is happening as the sunlight, it is passing through the surface of the earth? The ultraviolet radiation, we all know that it is trapped by the ozone layer. Okay, of course it is very harmful and it can lead to various other problems that we will be discussing further in the session. So what happens is the UV radiation, it is absorbed by ozone. Okay, talking about infrared radiation. So about 30% of this infrared radiation, what is happening? It is reaching the surface of the earth, reach the earth's surface, and what does it do? It heats up the surface. Okay, now we already know that whenever any there is any hot body, what happens is it actually gives out the radiation. It emits the radiation. Any heated body, it gives out the radiation. Okay, so what will happen as the surface of the earth heats up, it emits radiations. Okay, so what is it doing? It is again giving up the radiation. Guys, just a second. Okay, so now what is happening is the earth, it has become hot and now it is again emitting the radiation, but of course with less energy. Okay, now what is happening? Some of the infrared radiation, they escape. Okay, but some of the radiations, they remain to the surface of the earth. Why? Because they are trapped by these greenhouse gases. Okay, like for example कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड है, मीथेन है, इन्होंने क्या किया है कि इंफ्रारेड रेडिएशंस को ट्रैप कर दिया है. ओके, और इसी की वजह से जो है द अर्थ इट गेट्स हीटेड अप. ओके, एंड इट रिमेन्स वार्म इवन आफ्टर द सन सेट्स. ओके, सो वो जो एस्केप्ड रेडिएशन के अलावा जो भी रेडिएशन बचता है, ओके, दैट आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल, दोज रेडिएशंस आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर कीपिंग अप द अर्थ warm even in the night time. Okay, so the remaining radiations keep earth warm. Okay, so this is basically the mechanism of greenhouse effect. Let's quickly revise it. तो क्या हो रहा है, जो हमारी sunlight है, it consists of different type of radiations such as infrared, ultraviolet and visible. Okay, a UV radiation, it is absorbed by ozone layer as the sunlight is moving towards the earth's surface, and infrared radiation almost 30% reaches the earth's surface and it starts heating up the surface. As the surface of the earth it gets heated up, it will again start emitting the radiations, and some of the radiations they are escaping. But all the remaining radiations, they stay on the surface of the earth and they are responsible for heating up the surface of the earth. Okay, now greenhouse effect is very important for the survival of the life, although in large quantities it becomes very difficult and it leads to global warming. Okay, so let us discuss the advantages of greenhouse effect. The very first is it supports the sustaining of the life. Okay, why? Because if in case all the radiations would have escaped, what would happen? In the evening and at the night, the earth would have become as cold as moon, and the life would not have been possible over there. Okay, so it maintains the temperature even at night. And the next thing is it is important for bringing the rain. So what is it? It is necessary for evaporation of water and formation of clouds. Okay, so these are some of the importance of the greenhouse effect. But now what do we mean by global warming? If the greenhouse effect it happens in excess, it would lead to global warming. Okay, so as I told you, although it is very important for our survival, but we have to maintain a particular level. If that level is crossed, it would lead to the increase in average temperature, and which would further lead to global warming. Okay, so what are the effects or what are the harmful effects of global warming? Okay, so the very first thing, because of excessive increase in the Earth's temperature, the glaciers, the icebergs, they are melting. Okay, because of the melting of glaciers, the coastal regions, they are having the risk of floods. Okay, so what is the first thing? The glaciers and polar ice caps are melting. Now, when they are melting, where would the water go? It would go in the sea, in the ocean only, right? So, what is it doing? It is increasing the sea level. and because of this it is flooding the coastal areas. First thing. Second, with more global warming, what will happen? More water will evaporate. Okay, and this would further increase the quantity of water vapor in the atmosphere, which would further trigger the global warming. Okay, so it causes more water to evaporate. Because of this, what will happen? More water vapor is present in the in the atmosphere, and it further increases global warming. Okay, the next reason, the reason is shift in rain pattern. So as we all are experiencing, the rain pattern is continuously changing. Okay, now because of this, what's happening is it is affecting the trees, the wildlife, okay, and of course the farmers are being affected very very badly due to the shift in rain pattern. Okay, next is because of shift in rain pattern, and it is also ultimately leading to a shift in crop zone. Okay, that would further affect the production of the grains. Okay, so that is why the global warming, it is very harmful for the sustaining of life on the earth. If it is increasing, if the average temperature of the earth is increasing by 1 degree or 2 degree also, this would lead to very very serious consequences in the upcoming future. Okay, now what are the ways or how can we reduce it? So next topic is ways to reduce global warming. So now students, as you all can see, as you all can experience, the pollution, it has led to many problems. Okay, not only to humans but to animals, to environment, to plants, to basically everything, right? Be it excessive gaseous production, the gaseous fuels, whatever are there, or the global warming, or the ozone layer depletion, it is in some way or other, it is creating a very bad effect for the environment. So it is very important to first of all find out the reasons and try to stop it. Okay, for the global warming, first of all, the very best thing we can do is minimize the use of automobiles. Okay, so what is the problem with automobiles? They give out the nitrogen and sulfur oxides as the uh, gases. Okay, and because of that production, of course global warming would increase. Okay, so in this case you can go for public transport, you can go for carpool, etc. Next is plant more and more trees. So these ways would not only reduce global warming, but it would actually solve all the problems that we are facing due to the pollution. Okay. Next is avoid burning dry leaves or the litter that we have. Okay. So what do people do normally? They are having these big pits where they take all the garbage and they burn it. In that the plastic is also there, papers are also there, dry leaves are also there, waste, vegetable waste, etc. are also there. So we should be avoiding those things. Okay, so avoid burning garbage or dry leaves, wood, etc. Next, avoid smoking. So in case someone is smoking near you, you can just stop it. You can just tell them to stop it, because it is, although of course it's illegal to smoke in public places. So if you see anyone, you can just go and tell them to stop it. Okay, even if you are just taking in the smoke, right? If someone is smoking near you, then also it is equally harmful. So if someone smokes near you, just stop them. And the last, and I would say the most important way to reduce these things are teach people. Make them understand that these things are very harmful, and our simple, small steps can really lead to a great improvement in the quality of the air, uh, in reducing the pollution basically. Okay, so these are just some of the things that we should remember about reducing the pollution and moving on to a cleaner environment. Okay, I hope these things are very much clear to you. I hope the whole session is very much clear to you. We will quickly be revising about all the things that we have completed in today's class. So, the first thing that we learned about is the greenhouse effect, right? So, what greenhouse effect is? It is the heating up of the earth's surface due to trapping of the sun's energy. Okay, so what happens when the sun's energy is reaching the earth? What is happening? The greenhouse gases, they are trapping the heat. Okay, and this heat, it is helping us to maintain the temperature even at the night time. Of course, these are important. The greenhouse effect is one of the very important thing. But what would happen if in large quantities this effect is taking place? It would lead to global warming, and global warming is very harmful for our environment. Okay, so what global warming is? It is excessive greenhouse effect. Okay, what are some of the greenhouse gases? Carbon dioxide, water vapor, methane, different oxides of nitrogen, etc. Okay, next we learned about the effects. So the effects can be glacier and polar ice caps are melting, more water vapor is being formed, there is a shift in rain pattern, there is shift in crop zones, etc., etc. Okay, so these are some of the reasons. And next is we learned about the ways to reduce global warming. So for that, what we can do is we can minimize the use of automobiles, we can use public transport, we can plant more trees, we can avoid burning garbage, we can avoid smoking, avoid people, uh, preach people to not indulge in smoking. Okay, now I hope you understood all the things that we did in today's class. It was just a basic thing about global warming, and of course a very easy topic. So if there is any confusion, you can ask me. And also guys, please do join the special classes. These are the free classes for you. Now what do you need to do is you just need to download the Unacademy Learner app, and you can go for the special classes over there. Okay, uh, you can fill in your class and your board, and you will be having all the classes that you can attend. Also, you can subscribe to this channel, and you can like and share the video. And we will be meeting in the next session. Till then, you guys, please keep learning, keep studying. Thank you. Let's meet in the next session. Take care.